All right, another podcast. I awake to more maintenance being done on the house and the guest house thing / garage that I live in. All year they've been doing maintenance. Redoing the roof and repainting everything. They've been working on everything except the hot water heater. Can they put more energy into the hot water heater? And less energy into the backyard walls being painted a color blue that makes me think I'm in a what is it? What is it? A color blue? It's. I don't know. It feels like the color blue that would be painted in a schoolyard in Southern California, where a hip and caring teacher really gets through to a student. It's that color blue. I don't know if there's a name for that color blue. Hopefully this thing will even make sense. I got a new mask that's a tighter fit on my face. But I'm wearing in the car. I'm not in the car with anybody. I could take the mask off. I could do that. But hey, maybe, this will be over in another year, right? Pfizer said their drug is 90% effective. And all of America responded, I think we all have it now. Not in El Paso County, it's 1 out of 30 people have it. I think we have it. Yeah, I think thanks, but I think the die has been cast. And then the next chapter will be watching how many people don't take the vaccine. Dragging it out even further. This is a real... I don't know what's going on here, people. I really don't. Nation of, I don't want to say the word moron, but... And listen, am I saying I'm smarter than my nation? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. I doubted it though. I thought, it'll be like the flu. That was my first take on the whole coronavirus. Nah, everyone's overreacting. Turns out we were underreacting. The car in front of me, the license plate is No Doubt. Wouldn't that be great to have No Doubt? Oh, I'd have so much confidence. You know what? Actually, I'll give you this. I will give you this. I have no doubt that it's always better to have doubt. So there you go. I have no doubt that my doubt is justified. I am really... What's going on? What is going on with me today? I'm worried about my irritable bowel and my overactive bladder. I really hate this cold weather. I really hate it. And I know, California, it's how cold could it be? It's cold for me, okay? I've lost my ability to handle the cold. All right, everybody? Okay, everybody? You win. You win. I'm a pussy. I am a pussy. You win. I'm cold. I can't stand this cold weather. But don't worry. Don't worry, everybody. Soon, I'll be keeping myself warm because the state will go back to being on fire again. Are these the new seasons? We're either on fire or a tad cold. I really, really don't know what the heck is going to happen. I mean, hopefully I don't know. I mean, we're all banking on the fact that next year is going to be better. For all we know, next year could be worse. There could be another virus. Now, it'll probably be something. Maybe next year it'll go the way of nuclear proliferation and destruction. You know, it's one thing. Disasters always seems to, jump from one thing to the next. That's what I've noticed, friends. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've noticed. Yes. Well, what else? What else can we discuss? That's a fantastic question. What else can we discuss right now? What else can we really talk about? What problems can I solve with this podcast right now? I'm just really irritated that the landlady is spending all this money on renovating all these aspects of her house and the guest house area and the backyard area. Meanwhile, the water situation overall, like in order for me to have do you understand? And in order for me to have hot water in my shower, I have to turn on the cold water in my sink. And I have to flush the toilet several times. I feel like I'm turning on one of those 1920s prop planes where you got to go out and actually turn the rudder. I have to prime my shower here, for God's sake. I also got to say, if I were rich, I would have a driver. Driving terrifies me. Every time I come to a green light, I'm thinking, I don't know, man. A lot of people on the road with me have to agree that this means what it means. I mean, how far away from societal collapse are we where, people are denying that there's a virus, they're denying that that they're going to take a vaccine. One day, I think people are going to start driving and they're going to see a red light and go, it's green to me. I don't feel like a red light. That's not how I feel. I feel green there. And they just start putting spikes and shovels on the front of their cars, and we get total societal collapse. This mask is driving me nuts. It's more tight-fitting. I am feeling a bit suffocated. I think not only by the mask, just by life. And my hands are cracked because I keep washing them. And the tops of my hands there are huge cracks on them. It looks like the top of my hand looks like the kind of terrain Frodo is crossing towards the end of Lord of the Rings. Mount Doom is just around the corner. Really would have liked to have been in the room when the Middle-earth map makers were naming it Mount Doom. What should we call that mountain? What do you mean, what do we call it? Thousands of my hobbit kin have died there. It's Mount Doom, that's what we call it. I'd rather call it Death Mountain. No, let's keep it Mount Doom. What do you mean keep it Mount Doom? You're the one who came up with Mount Doom. I came up with Death Mountain. I like Death Mountain better. I feel like it's a bit more direct. What could be more direct than Mount Doom? Well, Death Mountain, death comes first. Mount Doom, you got to get through the mount before you get to the doom. I'd hate for someone to be rushing as they're reading the map, and they just get to the mount, they don't get to the doom, they don't know what's happening, and then there they are in in Death Mountain. But Death Mountain doesn't have the drama that Mount Doom has. It doesn't have the loftiness. Death Mountain, it sounds a lot more pedestrian. Who cares about pedestrian? We're Hobbit map makers. Linda, can you come in here for a second? Linda, you see this mountain right here? Okay, he wants to call it Mount Doom. I want to call it Death Mountain. Why don't you be the tiebreaker? Why don't we call it the peak of the absence of life? Oh, damn it, Linda, get out of the room. It's like she goes out of her way to think outside of the box, but not to innovate, but to just be annoying. Hey, wow, that's a lot of rage you have towards Linda. You can't talk to her like that. That's not appropriate. Totally not appropriate. I'm going to give you the choice. I'm going to either call HR and tell them how you treated Linda right now, or we could let this pass if you allow me to call it Mount Doom. All right, call it Mount Doom. Fine. Call it Mount Doom. It's Mount Doom. All right, great. All in a day's work. Mount Doom. La-di frickin' da. Mount Doom. Boy, that really took me somewhere. I didn't know where that was going, and I was on a journey there. A journey to Mount Doom. I think if I were to ever hold any kind of public office and have the authority to do so, I would like to name, it doesn't matter if it's a foothill, doesn't matter if it's an actual mountain, I would like to name a mountain Mount Doom. Just to have it on the map. How about these mountain ranges right in front of Burbank here? Can we name one of them Mount Doom? Just so people will say, why is that named Mount Doom? And I can reply, why don't you go and find out, if you dare. But seriously, can we just get a new hot water heater, please? Or, alternative angle, perhaps I need to not make money. How about that? How about that, Johnny Five? Oh yeah, Short Circuit, that movie. Five Alive! The supporting character who was an Indian played by a white person. And I think everyone, including the actor, we've all come together and gone, that does not hold up. That does not hold up at all. But I've said, I don't mean to judge, by the way. I don't mean to come off as superior. You know, I'm trying to be better, too, when it comes to being blind about what we're saying and what we're doing and how that affects minorities. Because as a white person, I'm not a minority, but as a Jewish person, I kind of am a minority. It's like a, you know what? It just feels like other white people treat Jews. It's like a fair weather fan sort of thing. If they like the Jews, we're white people. If they don't like the Jews, we're suddenly Jews. It's very confusing. But long story short, we all need to love each other. Although I keep saying we need to love each other within reason. That doesn't mean that we need to talk to each other. Sometimes I think it would be better if we loved each other, but from afar. And all people equally, by the way. I'm not pointing out any, I believe in embracing my disdain of everybody equally. All right, I think we're good.